Are we going to do a review on the Buick Enclave Avenir?
Oh, heck
I'd love
yeah.
to hear about that.
I'd be happy to tell you.
I would love to hear all about it.
Would you?
Yeah.
We can do it now if
Let's
you'd like.
do it. I want to hear it.
Let's
okay.
do it.
So,
gonna
Mr.
load it
Mars had
No
a chance.
pressure, huh?
Yeah.
Mr. Mars had a chance to drive the Buick Enclave Avenir, and now here is his review.
Yeah, it did. And this is the 2025 model. This is the redesign. It's the third gen of this particular vehicle. Comes in 3 different trim levels: Preferred, the Sport Touring, and the Avenir. Of course, the Avenir is top of the line. That's what we happen to be driving. This is their midsize SUV. Again, redesigned, 3-row, 7-passenger. I'm not a big fan of that.
I thought that the Enclave was the top of the line big boy.
Yeah. For Buick.
Buick says on the Buick side it says midsize.
Okay.
Mine's the midsize.
All right.
Well, there's 3 different sizes. Either
All
way,
right.
I'm going to
Mine's
mark through that then.
You just do your thing.
It's
Mr.
an
Mars.
SUV with 3 rows.
That's it.
It's got a up front. We happen to have the one that had the black trim on it. You can get black or gold or chrome depending on which trim package you happen to pick up on. Large new grille, got the thin headlights, and everything's got the black trim, blacked out grille. Happen to be rolling on some 22-inch black wheels that are aluminum that kind of match everything. It's got fine puddle lamps, got the brushed aluminum roof rails, panoramic sunroof, power lift gate. It's got all the things that you might look for in a semi-luxurious SUV. It's not quite up there, but it's kind of like a semi-luxury. It's a really nice premium leather seating. Front seats are heated, ventilated, and they have massaging. The second row is heated seats as well, and the third row is a power lift fold-up. You know, the little buttons on the side folded up and down.
Yep.
Got a 30-inch instrument panel infotainment system. I mean, this thing goes all the way across the dash.
That's what I have in mine.
And it's got everything in it as far as your convenience controls, your audio and everything. The only thing that bothered me about it is a couple of them, the steering wheel, you got to kind of look around it because they've got everything placed and spaced out in there. Mainly with the CarPlay. The Apple CarPlay kind of seemed to be a little blocked up. But it was easy enough to work with. It just seemed a little awkward. Heads-up display with a rear-view camera and mirror that works really well on the back of it. Had the 12-speaker Bose premium audio system in it. Nice sounds.
Yep.
Up under the hood, 2.5-liter turbo, 328 horsepower, 326 pound-feet of torque. Now, this is 20%. It's a smaller motor than they had last year, but it's got 20% more torque built into it. 8-speed automatic. It will tow up to 5,000 pounds with the available tow package that's on it. Now, the EPA says you should be getting about 19 miles to the gallon in the city, 24 out on the highway for a combination of 21. Now, I did get that 21 across the 461 miles I drove this vehicle. This is a busy week that I had.
Yeah, it's a good truck.
Now, out on the highway, we had the adaptive suspension, so it gave it a real nice kind of a luxury ride. It's not real wishy-washy, but, I mean, it was firm, but it was there. Had that active noise reduction package. A couple of times I thought a little bit of the road noise picked up, depending on the road surface, but it was really pretty quiet. Now, base model price on this particular vehicle, an Enclave, is $45,000. But you step up into the trim, the Avenir trim, starts base at $58,000. We had a couple of options on here. $65,125 was the MSRP on this particular vehicle. Look for something to compare it to. Probably the
My house.
Yeah, the Acura MDX is not bad, $51,200. You can get a little bit cheaper in that same size with some comparable features. Hyundai Palisade, $36,800. Kia Telluride, $37,397 started. These are base prices. Or you could also look again back up to that little more money. Go to the Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid that starts at $43,320. So it's a great driving vehicle. Buick has come a long way, and I'll tell you, I got more people talking to me about the new logo, the way they've changed the logo.
I know. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
It's the same, the three shield thing, but they've kind of ghosted it out, if you will.
But
and
yeah,
it really looks good.
It's red, white, and blue, if you look at it.
Yeah, but it used to be solid. Now it's kind of just in the
red,
corners.
white,
But
and blue.
everybody,
I
is
like
that
it.
Buick? Yeah, it's the same logo.
Everything you mentioned on that Enclave I have on my Envision.
Do you?
Yes. I don't have the roof, but I didn't want the roof.
Well, not down here.
Heated seats and all. I don't have the power back seat, but didn't want it.
Do you have the third row?
No, got a 2-row.
To me, that is ideal for
Yeah,
that
I
size
agree.
vehicle.
You should have had a Buick.
Well, I have a.
we're going to kind of mix it up and do something different. So I'm going to give you a review of the 2024.
Okay, let me load her up.
All right. The 2024 Toyota Sequoia. And by the way, the Sequoia is made in San Antonio.
Oh, wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
Homegrown.
There's a big assembly plant there, if you're not familiar with Toyota. They also make the Tundra there, and I think they also make the Tacoma there. It's a big plant employing a lot of people. And anyway, here's the review. 2024 Toyota Sequoia. SR5, Limited, Platinum, Capstone, and TRD Pro. Those are the trim levels. I drove the TRD Pro Hybrid. This is a standard SUV. 3 rows of seating, up to 8. So you can get 8 people in this thing. So 3 in the middle row, 3 in the back row. You know, unless you got kids, why would you have a 3rd row? Because you're going to pay for it, and it just, if you got kids, you got a big family, go for it. That's the way to do it. Exterior changes from last model year. It was a complete redesign in 2023. And I don't believe I had the 23 model, but I got the 24 model. This is body-on-frame construction, kind of like a Tahoe or a Suburban, those kinds of things, Expedition. So it's built kind of on a truck frame, modified truck frame. Okay? Yes, I see that. Big grille on the front of it, fitting for such a large SUV. Grille design coincides with the trim level. So some of them, you have a blacked out grille. Others, you may have a chrome grille, various and a sundry kind of designs. This one was just big. Sheet metal creases emphasize the off-road look on this one over the wheel wells. Rear hatch, very similar to the Jeep Wagoneer in the back. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Big platform luxury is back. The trim determines the ruggedness factor. TRD Pro has off-road tires and wheels. What could use improvement? Well, the roof rack. Yes, the roof rack is noisy at speed. What? Yeah, you just never run across that on any of the SUVs that have a roof rack. And I didn't get it, but if you look at it, it's got kind of a spoiler-looking thing on the front of it. I don't know whether that contributes to the wind noise. Of course, there is that great big window up there, the sunroof. I can't hear him. But it's not that. It's the roof rack. And I was doing some research on it, and I thought, well, let's see if anybody else picked up on it. Yeah, other reviewers have picked up on that as well. Yeah. So 50 miles an hour and above, you're going to hear wind noise from the roof rack. Interior highlights. Huge infotainment screen with a separate instrument cluster. Big, wide center console with an upright shifter. The TRD Pro looks off-roady with the huge Toyota in front of the passenger. Just says Toyota, Toyota, right in front of the passenger. By God, you're not going to miss the fact that it is a Toyota. Just wanted to say that. Dual phone holder under the dash, which was kind of cool. Fold flat second row, third row matches with the unique shelf that's back there. You're going, well, shelf, yeah. So behind the third row, if you got the third row up, there's this shelf thing, and it's movable. So you down here, it all makes everything flat. And you bring it up a level, so now you got 2 things of shelving back there, and you can bring it up all the way to the top if you want, if you need some more. It's pretty cool. You just don't see that very often. Overall layout fits its off-roadiness. What could use improvement? Well, there are lots of real hard buttons for everything that you can imagine on it. Up on the dash, the dash, the center console, the steering wheel, up above. Could we maybe put some of those in the infotainment system or something? I don't know.
The technology, yeah.
Twin turbo V6, 3.4 liters, turns out 437 horsepower, 583 pound-feet of torque, 10-speed automatic transmission.
Whoa.
Tow rating, 9,000 pounds.
They have all that torque.
Payload on it, 1,435. So if you got, fat granny sitting in the back seat, no problem.
To meet your mom
19
in the
miles
line,
per
yeah.
gallon city, 22 on the highway for combined at 20. I only got 17.8
Oh, boy.
over 312 miles. Gobs of V8-like power and attitude. What could use improvement? Oh, my God, it's 3 tons. 3 tons you're moving down the road. And let's not forget Fat Granny in the back.
Can't forget about her.
Two-wheel drive is standard on this, of course, with the TRD Pro four-wheel drive. With optional, four-wheel drive is optional on other trim levels. What I liked about it, it is smooth, especially that off-road because they allow for a lot of wheel travel, and so it's kind of softly sprung. It's good stuff. I'm telling you, it's nice. What could use improvement? It feels heavy because it is. Base trim price, $78,710.
Oh.
Price is tested $83,042, but you can get into one for the base price of $61,275. Compared to its others, Ford Expedition 55105, Chevy Tahoe 546, and the Jeep Wagoneer starts at $62,945. Now that's my review of the 2024 Toyota Sequoia.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
Big, nice truck.
It is very nice. It's big. It does have some hiccups in it, but, I'm sure that they'll address those
And
sooner
poor
or later.
Granny is going to spot that.